What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about Litecoin. Let's talk blue chip, baby. Litecoin always follows Bitcoin. And actually, historically, year on year, it tends to outperform both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we'll look at what's happened, and we'll look at what 2022 was for Litecoin, review its year, and see what it can do in terms of price. As you can see from the title, I believe that it can do a bit of a run. I'm not talking huge gains here, but the higher the market cap, the smaller the gains, fundamentally. But I do think this can sort of outperform Bitcoin in terms of gains. And I will explain that in this video. But before I get into it, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about when I made this channel. I also owned them when I created the channel. And had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and then you sat on them and never sold them, literally did everything wrong, you were still holding those coins, if you sold them today, you could still make a profit of $12K from a $2,600 investment, and that's doing everything wrong. But if you'd have sold these coins in 2021 when the markets were red hot, like I did, $100 into each, just $100 into each, $2,600 investment total would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Big difference between doing what's right and what's wrong. Now, as I said, sold all of them, not what I own. If you want to see the coins that are in my portfolio right now, go to copymycrypto.com. It's where I share every coin I own. Everyone I buy, everyone I sell. Give the members real-time updates anytime I buy or sell anything. We release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets and where they're going. We've been pinpoint accurate with those videos for the last few months, just hitting target after target after target, bang on within like 0.1% of the actual price. We have tutorials set up for the members. We've got thousands of members, and a lot of them haven't been in crypto before, so these are step-by-step tutorials. And then on top of that, guys, we have a history of success on both the site and this channel. You know, Phantom leads the way in that. In 2020, there was no crypto YouTuber anywhere talking about Phantom. None of them was saying Phantom was going to be a big gain. I identified it as a 100x or more coin. I released a Udemy course called The Best Crypto Investment of 2020. And it was solely about Phantom and why it would 100x, and it did 677. So if you'd have put $2 grand when you saw the Udemy course, you'd have netted 1.3 million. Now, I'll find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm going to do exactly what I do with all of the coins in my portfolio. Go onto the site, tell the members about the coin, tell them the gains I think it can have, and tell them the percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. If you want to take the work out of your investments, go read the site, and remember, you guys can verify everything you read on this channel. Right, Litecoin. 86% of the supply out. Market cap is currently 6.4 billion. As you can see from the chart, long-term prospect looks pretty damn good. Like, even from a long-term view of the charts, it's quite nice. And it's actually very much in line with the sort of moves Bitcoin has made. It actually did way more growth in 2017-18 than Bitcoin did in terms of scale of growth. And in 2021, it wasn't significantly higher than its previous market cap. In fact, it was only about $40, give or take. Which, you know, again, I think it can beat the previous high that it's got. But what we know about Litecoin is it outperforms Bitcoin and ETH by nearly 30% in a 1-year time frame. So that's based on data from Masari.io, which is a leading market tracking platform. And the data shows that over the last year, Litecoin investors have seen over 28.8% and 24.9% return on investment, more than Bitcoin and Ethereum investors. From October 2022 to date, so till now, the figures were more than double the 1-year value. Litecoin also outperformed DeFi tokens with a landslide margin of 79% growth from 2022. I mean, again, it's a strong sign for Litecoin. And when we recap what's happened for Litecoin, it was a pretty big year for Litecoin. So there was record-breaking adoption for them. There was the activation of MWeb upgrade, and there was the third Litecoin summit. And in terms of first on-chain and off-chain data, the number of Litecoin addresses jumped from 52 million, which was the second most of any cryptocurrency. This isn't the only marker of increased use and adoption, but an example of the ever-increasing expansion of the Litecoin ecosystem. Coupled with new all-time highs for both difficulty and hash rate, the Litecoin network also processed well over 39 million transactions in 2022. For some perspective, there were 100 million total as of January 1st in Litecoin's entire history. So that's a huge growth. It was also one of the most searched cryptos, with LTC ranking even higher in Google search results, with the Litecoin community racking in over 5 billion engagements across all socials and an average 45% increase in the number of contributors who were asking, posting and discussing Litecoin. They also had their largest update on record with opting into the confidential transactions with MWeb, which activated on the 20th of May. That offered users offering users opt-in confidential transaction capability. MWeb's took years of development and months of miner signaling, but it is fully active, which includes Taproot. And they're now working on the next steps, working in light clients for wallets. And they're also the fastest growing digital currency for payments. Now that's their statement. I would query that, to be fair. But yeah, you can send Litecoin across the world. Median transaction fee is like 1/10 of a cent. Litecoin is increasingly used as payments replacement for traditional finance institutes, representing more than 27% of the transaction volume on BitPay, which is the largest crypto payment processor in the world. And then we've seen a ton of new companies added to the Litecoin ecosystem. They joined forces with Antpool to form LTC Labs. They're now one of the leading research and development labs for digital currencies. They're focused on innovation. They created a DAO. And Litecoin Labs is continuing research, development and promoting of digital currency, also private transactions. Now, one concern for me is the private transactions thing. I like I like a push on privacy, but we do have to acknowledge that fundamentally governments don't. So I can see that being problematic. Yeah, down the line that could be problematic. Litecoin was also featured, had some little cameos in Last Night, which is MGM's show on Amazon Prime, and it was featured in Industry, which is a HBO Max drama. And in case you missed them, there was also the League of Litecoin Superheroes roaming the halls of Comic-Con, taking selfies with people. But on top of that, Litecoin was integrated in PayPal. It was one of the few that were integrated for PayPal. They also had a massive summit, which is the third one that they've done. Again, hundreds of in-person attendees and thousands tuning in for the daily live stream. Again, Litecoin's growth really strong. We're starting to see projects that are integrating with Litecoin as well. Obviously, they've got their the staples of their network: your Litecoin Core, your MWeb, your Litecoin Card, Lightning Network, and Light Wallet. And they're again been some of the biggest developments that we've seen within the space. I forgot about OmniLite. OmniLite as well is an NFT based, more NFT based than token based from my perspective. But it can create decentralized tokens and smart contracts. I can see that being heavily used for NFTs. But Litecoin right now really starting to look strong. Fundamentally, it's always going to follow the movements of Bitcoin. Now, the next bull cycle, and I still think we're probably a year out for the next bull cycle, but maybe not. Maybe it'll begin this year. Let's say Bitcoin hits 100k. That would be about 5x from where it is right now. And if that were to happen, that would be a new high for Bitcoin. Obviously, quite a significant new high, about 50% higher than its previous high. So I would scale Litecoin pretty much based on the same percentages. I personally think 400 is the key target for Litecoin. There's quite clearly a lot of resistance for Litecoin in and around this sort of $360 range. We had highs, I believe in this first cycle as well, it did actually run up to about $400. I think it was about the same in the 2021. So 400 really is the target. It's not really been able to fully crack that and stay above it for an extended period of time. But if we're looking at Bitcoin hitting 100k, that's 50% roughly gain from its previous high. So you could add that to Litecoin and be looking at a $600 target. $600 target, put it at 2 billion market cap, which would be achievable. Litecoin is often referred to as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. So I think it can still be done, and it is, again, Litecoin is very much one of those that is currently considered a very useful payments tool. And while I'm not pro payment tools within crypto, because I don't think businesses will take much beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think they would want something stable, because as a business you do need to have liquid cash. You can't have a fluctuating asset underpinning the value of your business. So I do think enterprises are generally going to be fairly hesitant. However, Litecoin, what you can say is it's a blue chip crypto. But the price fluctuations, I think, fundamentally are always going to scare off businesses and enterprises, because you need to have liquid cash. And if you're taking payment for services, you want to take payment in something that's stable. If you've taken payment for, television that you've sold, as an example, in Litecoin, and then Litecoin drops 50% a couple of months later, but you need that money to advertise, that's going to be quite devastating for a lot of particularly smaller businesses, but that could be devastating for general businesses left, right, centre. So I'm not enamored with a medium of exchange, but Litecoin is blue chip. It does follow Bitcoin. And if they can start a push of integration within DeFi, a heavier move towards that angle, I do think their growth could be a lot higher. But right now they're very much stable in terms of their focus, or they have been very stable in terms of their aim of being the medium of exchange within the space. And I think if they can transition, I think they'll have bigger gains. But they're going to follow Bitcoin's pattern. The question is can they match the growth? But I would argue $600 is quite achievable if Bitcoin were to hit 100k. The initial target is for sure 400, because that's been the high multiple times. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you big? And here's a question: am I the only one? Do other people see the concern of a crypto as a medium of exchange? How many businesses and enterprises do you really think are going to... Do you believe a lot of businesses would want to take a fluctuating asset? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be interested to hear what you think. And if you're a returning subscriber, hit the returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. Helps the channel. Videos will make you money. You don't want to miss them. But it helps the channel. Be a good person. If you're a good person, do it. If you're not a good person, then you won't do it. Joking. Anyway, If you want to see the coins I own, guys, go to copymycrypto.com. It's where I share every coin I own, every one I buy, every one I sell. Videos are released on a daily basis. We have been absolutely pinpoint accurate with market assessments for the last few months, like within 0.1% of the movement of Bitcoin. We have been nailing it. We also have tutorials set up for the members. We've got thousands of members, and a lot of them haven't been in crypto before, so these tutorials help them along the way. Then on top of that, guys, a huge history of success on both the site and the channel. We've had big winners, nothing more so than Phantom, which went up 677 times. If you are looking to make those kind of gains, go read the site, because when I find the next Phantom, I'm going to go onto the site, I'm going to tell the members about the coin, the gains it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if people want to copy me, they can copy me and they can make those gains. If you're looking to take all the research out, the deep diving into cryptos on a daily basis, if you're looking to just chill and make your crypto investing easy for the year, go read the site, and remember, everything you read, you can verify yourself on the YouTube channel's history. And if you like it, maybe I will see you there, folks. And that is it from me. Take it easy.